Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, SpeedGaming fans. I'm Caleb. I'm in the booth with Danny with Shadowed Flames tracking behind the scenes. How are you, Danny?
I'm real good. It's our first official broadcasted spring tournament match.
Yeah, this is the 2021 spring tournament. We've had a couple matches happen off screen. A couple of runners jumped the gun and wanted to get their races going right away. This year, if you're out there watching what's new, no Swiss rounds this year. We're going right into pods of 4, Groggy Dog and Pizza, coming out of the R and Kilo pod.
Yeah.
Ranklo pod. And Groggy Dog rolling the Fighter Thief Red Black. And Pizza bringing the Black Belt Red Double Black Mage. So one of the things this year, we've also got class blessings on for pods. So the fighter for Groggy will be able to equip the defense sword prior to promotion. The Thief gets an extra buff to agility by 10. That Black Belt is going to be able to equip fighter armor. The Red Mages get an extra 15 MDef. The White Mage, it is not here, would have had Black Belt Vitality, and the Black Mages get a bonus to their agility, increasing that by 15. So we'll get into what all that means throughout the race. Pods are groups of 4. Everybody races each other once, and the top runners from the pods will move on to a bracket of 64, while the runners up in those pods are going to be racing for their tournament lives and a play-in race. Details yet to be determined. There's talk about White Mage level 1 Fade. Now, Danny, do you reroll to grab that Fade, or do you trust in the Ice 2 Banes to carry?
If I personally wouldn't, but that's just me. But seeing that Fade there in a White Mage only slot hurts just a little, especially when it's just Ice 2 Bane and Black Magic.
Yeah.
But with these parties, they've got a lot of Ice 2 and Bane casters, so that helps a little.
I don't know if I'd do... I mean, I'd be tempted to re-roll into a Rainbow, I think. Especially for Pizza with the Heavy Mage party. That way that that Fade can carry against a lot of things that resist Ice and Bane, notably undead enemies and and ice enemies, which aren't as common, but the undead, everywhere in the world you're going to run into undead, and they're all going to resist poison and ice elemental. Pizza's going right in for Garland and going to try to smoke them out. Meanwhile, Groggy Dog, thorough as ever, checking boxes, gets rewarded with about 3,600 gold. And Pizza says, I don't need no stinking boxes. He gets a boat from the king and a canal, so immediate access to the whole wide world. Because this year, we're also giving our runners a free canoe to start their adventure with, so Pizza literally can go anywhere, and that's probably one of the most terrifying things with having that free canoe, because your floater can literally be in the waterfall at this point, and who's going to go to waterfall at like level 4?
With this magic, not me.
Right.
But getting that canal and the ship when you already have your free canoe, you got your big boat, your little boat, and the whole world's pretty much open to you at this point.
Another downside to that early ship and canal is marsh and ice and crescent could all be required. We do have a couple of loose pieces of gear in the world. We do have a white shirt and a power gauntlet that will be incentivized. Also worth noting, when our runners get into dungeons, you'll see this. The dungeons that they're going to visit are incentivized, but the incentive box has been shuffled amongst the dungeons, so that incentive marsh box isn't going to be that vanilla crown box. It could be, but it could be in the top of marsh. The sky incentive when we go to the sky cave could be the adamant box. It's not likely because there's like 53 boxes, I think, in sky.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but there's a bunch.
Mm-hmm. And that look like Harm 4, Heal 3, and Cure 3. Really good white magic. Ice 3 and Breakfast. I don't know about you, but I don't mind a cold breakfast. A little bit of cereal, milk and cereal.
No, we're good. And after seeing level 1 magic, I'd be real happy with this level 2 magic.
Now, I don't know if I would pick up Ice 3 for the Red Mage. I might grab that Harm 4. That way we have something to deal with those undead when we see them, because Brack, Bane, and Ice aren't going to get it done in the Ice Cave or Marsh, or even later in Ordeals when we start seeing mummies, so... Or the Earth Cave, which is littered with undead. So Pizza doing a quick little encounter manip, taking that early encounter and burning it and moving on. With his cube from Bicky, Groggy right behind him.
Pizza leaving the big boat for the little boat, headed to Crescent to see what the sages have.
And nothing doing here in the armor shop. Still looking for a decent bracelet or maybe pro rings if we're lucky. Still looking for that vendor item. Not here in Crescent, Provoca, or Canaria. Running out of locations for that.
Did find the pro rings though, -2, but that's still not too bad. About 13,000 gold.
That looked like promotion locked Cure 4 and Life 2 in Crescent Lake, which... Ugh. The Cure 4 would have been promotion locked for the White Mage as well, but knowing that for Pizza's sake, we have a black belt that we got to worry about promoting with. Meanwhile, Groggy going right to Elflin and gets his answer for the undead problem with a Fire 3 roll and level 3 magic, and a white locked Invis 2. Yikes. So, I like a White Mage. I know some people in the community aren't particularly fond of their protective abilities. They'd much rather have damage.
I feel a little called out, Caleb.
That's fine, Danny. I wasn't going to say your name. There's a very expensive nuke at level 4. I think it was 4,500 gold and no vendor item here. So vendor item either at the caravan in its vanilla location in Onrak or floater locked. So super expensive silver bracelets, but dirt cheap chain and +3. So good news for both of our runners because they all have red mages, and Pizza has that black belt who's going to be able to equip that chain +3, which is awesome because that's basically a silver bracelet +3, which gets you like 21 absorb, almost as enough for a gold bracelet.
I'll let you say all the numbers and sound smart because I'll be honest, I have no clue.
All I know is chain and silver bracelets are basically the same thing, except silver bracelets don't give you the penalty to evasion that the chain armor does, but that +3 mitigates that evasion penalty a bit. So the same level of absorb, which is about 15, the armor blessings give you a +2 to absorb and a -1 to the evasion. I think it's -5 to the evasion penalty. I think that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. Somebody smarter in chat will correct me. The weapons, on the other hand, I think it's for every +1, it's an extra 2 damage, 1 hit, and 3 crit. Somebody smarter in chat will correct me if those numbers are wrong. Oh my god! Oh, it's +3 hit. So so it's plus weapons and gear is ±2 damage, ±3 hit, ±3 crit per every point. As Pizza gets his bad news about the expensive level 4 nuke and exit. So 8 grand if you want both those spells.
Problem is, you really want both those spells, but we're a little broke right now. So those are spells as soon as you have money for, you're probably coming back for.
Yeah. So let's see if Pizza opting out of the chain for the black belt. Says, let me make sure I got enough money to save it. And heads up play would have only had would not have had enough money to save it at the end here. Saracen in chat saying, "I'm a simple man. I see big plus. I use item." Me too, buddy. Like that's the way. That's my
Saracen gets me. He understands me.
Yeah, big plus go better. Little minuses, and little minuses are okay. Like -1, -2, I'll work with it. If it's like a -2 heavy sword or something like that. But when it comes to the in-game weapons, even a -5 Masa is going to get it done for you. Even
Oh
a
yeah,
minus
I'm
five,
swinging it.
a -5 Vorpal's still going to have a stupid amount of critical hit on it.
You
So,
just dump fast and temper on them and swing. It's fine.
yeah, that's why we gave them an incentive power gauntlet too, in case they
Mhm.
get locked out of those fast and temper spells. They'll be able to find a power bonk should they want it.
Plus, it looks like a microphone, and when everything goes real bad, you can tell all your bad jokes about your seed in it. It's fine.
Exactly. You may be looking at the layout here, and it's the Chaos Comedy Tour for Spring Tournament 2021. We got our traveling improv team going around the trying to get their brand together, and they gave them a canoe to get it started. They got to find their merch, their white shirt, so they can sell that.
We make absolutely no apologies for all the bad jokes and puns we are going to make over the next 2 months or so.
Don't forget to tip your tracker.
You've been warned, folks.
There's a 2 dungeon minimum here, folks. And are we going to get a convergence into the Marsh Cave? Everybody's looks like we're a little spooked out to go to the Temple of Ordeals. I don't hate this play. I don't hate the early Marsh play. I like it better than the early Ice Cave, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I would do Marsh before that, and there's a really good possibility that Marsh might have something you're going to need simply because we got Ship and Canal already, so you're not looking for those to get out of the inner sea. Hey, look, and just like that, Seed proves me right. Thanks, Seed.
Yep, and that's the linked box there. So that box would be the middle chest if you go to Marsh bottom first. And that Marsh middle floor, that would be the center box there. groggydog gonna head into the Marsh Cave, grab his Oxyel Pizza, learning the ineffectiveness of ice against the undead. It'll get the job done, but look at those damage rolls. Ice, when it hits something that is weak to it, can roll over 400 damage, and when it starts bouncing off undead, and we get a little high five here in the bat tunnel, and it's rolling like 40 damage, it's just like, alright, I hate undead.
You just started thinking about that harm 4 that was in Provoker that you wish you would have bought.
But both runners taking the Marsh North route. Now, Danny.
Yes.
Do you make the cheeky Marsh Bottom play?
See,
you know your incentive item's not going to be down there, but there's a spike tile, and there's a handful of boxes. And you know that those magic's expensive in Elfland.
That depends on what I've seen if I did Marsh Top first. Like if something's rolled something really nasty, I've already wiped to something, or the encounter table's horrible, no way. If I'm worried about money, it's a big maybe, but probably not.
And Pizza headed back to Crescent. Are we headed to Ice Cave for Pizza? Well, so the big difference here, Groggy parked at the southern dock in Elfland. Pizza's still in the inner sea. So Pizza looking for a little level grind here. Gonna freeze out some snakes. Gonna get a couple levels here, but it's gonna be slow. Either that or we're just popping in to get enough money to buy some more camping equipment. We're not buying those houses.
Yeah, our runners took different approaches. They both got the gate open to the outer sea, and Pizza's like, nah, I like it here, and Groggy's like, peace out, I'm out.
By the way, I love Groggy's Moogle sprites.
They're real cute.
Yeah, no, he's been a long time working on them.
Yeah, he did.
Groggy, one of the creative members of our community, helps design some race layouts, and really big with the sprite editing, has his own website where he has a repository of information at the magitechfactory.net. It's Magitech spelled like Final Fantasy VI Magitech. Pizza, meanwhile, a relatively newer member of the community, took part in the most recent Duck Derby again, and has been making a name for himself, doing really well in these a bunch of pickup races I've seen, and even in the Duck Derby, just really coming into his own.
Yeah, what I remember from the Derby, yeah, he did really well.
Alright, Groggy. Groggy headed south. We're gonna wrap around the globe and we're gonna end up in Temple of Ordeals while Pizza making the armory dive. Now this is Volcano, not an incentive dungeon, but there's a lot of boxes here. And
There's also
a lot of
there's a lot of tiles there. He's probably looking for a place to grind that black belt.
And it's always good. We didn't check the spike tile in Marsh, so we don't know if we're working with A sides or B sides yet. So, gonna impact our ability to grind one way or the other. If it's A sides, we're looking for eyes, we're looking for agamas, and we're looking for a metal slime tile. Those are the big three, and there's a Vorpal and a bunch of money for Pizza.
There was the Vorpal, there was a Katana plus something, I didn't quite catch the number. I think maybe a Katana plus 3, which Groggy might be real happy to find. Black shirt plus 3?
4, I think?
Yeah.
So he skipped a free box there, I believe. Oh no, he maybe checked that one coming in, but he didn't check the spike tile. He wants to get out and save this equipment, and then maybe we'll come back in and start stepping on some spike tiles.
Yeah, so Armory definitely would benefit Groggy's party a little more than Pizza's. However, still some good stuff in there that he find that it'll be useful for that party.
And that looks like the waterfall spike tile, so we might be working with A sides here. And pay attention to Groggy's screen. I missed the tile that he took there coming in after the pillar maze. And there's our answer right there. Phantom tile means we are working with A sides. Our best spike tiles to look for a grind are going to be single agama, single eye, or the metal slime tile. So it's a good news, bad news situation. It's good news because they're safe. They're very safe spike tiles for grinding. The bad news is they're not as XP rich, but so that will benefit Groggy in this situation a little bit more because Groggy probably won't stop to take a static grind. Instead, will just sort of take fights as along the way, where Pizza's going to have to settle in and he's going to have to check spike tiles looking for one of the 3 tiles that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Might be able to get away with like a red D grind if we find the red D tile, or even maybe Frosties, but and
we've hit bad times on Groggy's screen. He found the crown, but then he found race with cremate, and oh no.
And just ice to deal with it, so...
Okay, well, that was unfortunate. The good news is he now knows, like, the path through ordeals, so it shouldn't be too... Like, he should make his way back through there pretty quickly.
And I think he has exit. I think he went back and bought exit after Marsh.
I think he did. I don't know if he has charges of it though.
Gotcha. Because he could forego the armchair.
Yeah.
Tile. Because those wraiths are going to be nasty, especially with only having ices to throw. But looking at that HP, I don't think his red mage is going to have level 4 charges. So we're just going to cross our fingers and hope for turn order as Pizza makes his way back to Elfland. Money in hand, and heading out of the Inner Sea. 17 minutes. So pretty even race so far. Groggy with a little bit of exploration and knowing that the crown is here in Ordeals. We don't know if that's required or not. Pizza, meanwhile, with an in-game weapon, some in-game gear, and early startup money.
All the stuff Groggy's party needs.
Alright. So Groggy gonna come up against these this undead party pack. Grabbing the bonus heal pot and gets lucky, gets the small pack here with just a single Wraith with cremate. So gonna try to do the 4 run with Fire 3, but good enough to get through. So Groggy makes it out and Pizza's gonna make his way through.
They're high-fiving at the entrance.
So second high five of the race. First it was in the Marsh Bat Tunnel, now it's here in Ordeals. Pretty exciting stuff.
They're being very friendly this race. I approve.
Groggy immediately going to go hang out with Astos. See what he'll get for this neat hat that he found. And checking the other spike tile, and we get fires. That's workable with the ice 3s. Might as well just take it once. Gauge their HP. Not
I didn't
bad.
I didn't quite catch how much they have, but it definitely wasn't too much.
And electing to reserve some spell charges. We don't know what else we're gonna bump into if we're pizza.
Groggy, and for having to make an unfortunate third dip, I think, into Elfland to buy magic, because boy, money is
Money's
things are
tight.
pricey. Yep.
Money's tight. And
What
that's
happens when you're on tour?
that's one of the you gotta conserve your resources. Pizza getting through the pillar maze pretty quickly and gonna get his Frostwolf fight, and we'll see how he handles the cremate wraiths waiting for him to heckle him as he tries to get out of here. But with Nuke in hand, it might be a little bit safer than Groggy's dive. Alright, first look here at Astos, and we get a slab. Could be required.
Yes, it could be required, but we're not gonna find out anytime soon.
Chuck and fire 3s, and Astos with Glare takes out the fighter. It's problem time. If we don't know what Astos' second skill is going to be.
And luckily for Groggy, we're not gonna find out.
Glare, a time elemental instant kill. The only things that resist it will be a ribbon, an equipped black shirt on a black mage, or someone else that can equip it with the class blessings. That could be possible. Or the wall spell. And Pizza gets the big party pack. And there's the first turn cremate. Takes out a black mage. And gets lucky that the second wraith doesn't throw cremate. And you can see that agility buff making those light warriors a little extra slippery there in that fight for the black mages.
While he's getting out with his crown, I'm gonna probably head to Astos. Groggy has his slab from the crown turn in. It's headed to Crescent. It's gonna bring back that fighter.
Yeah, I mean, that's the closest one without going back into the Inner Sea. We'll buy a couple more houses, and I think we're with Oxyale in hand. We're either gonna sigh and head to Ice, or we're gonna head south to Onrak. Or he might go north if he parked at the dock here.
That's why I'm just like, wait.
So we got Ice versus Onrak and Waterfall. With an exit, I think I like to avoid Ice Cave.
Yes, if at all possible. Plus, anytime you have the Oxyale and you can do the whole Honorac location in one shot, you can do Waterfall, you can do it, you can check the caravan and there at Honorac for your vendor. It feels real good. Just knock it all out at once. As soon as you feel comfortable doing so with your levels, and yeah.
We have our first big route divergence here. Groggy proving he's a braver runner than me, heading into the Ice Cave. Pizza going to the Waterfall. Going to see if the robot here has our progression. What you'd hate to see is one of our runners finding a chime, because that opens up the Sky incentive. And having to choose between Incentive Sky and Incentive Sea, or Pizza, Incentive Ice, feels bad. But Pizza, with the heads up play to reset out of Astos, as soon as seeing the slab, knows that there's nothing he can do with it yet, so just let Astos hold on to his Duolingo. We'll come back for it later.
Well, we're about to find out what the robot in the waterfall has. It's Wizards with slow. That's not too bad. Just means we're going to get away from...
Eventually.
Or maybe. See, it's taking a minute. They cast slow on everybody. We might get there. We're just not going to get there
Wizards
quickly.
crowding them, asking for autographs. We're just gonna throw some microwaves at them, just like, here, take some merch. And we're able to dip away as Pizza gets a crystal. Alright, let's find out what the... Maybe Waterfall has something. Wear Sword +2 isn't terrible. That Mage Stick is good with the A-side tile information should we find that Metal Slime. If the Metal Slimes roll low, that could be a solo grind for that black belt. The Mage Stick casting fire to Metal Slimes, of course, weak to fire. So that makes all three of the top spike tiles for the black belt viable.
I say I like that move by Pizza, putting that black shirt on the black belt, giving that black belt something a little bit to till it gets to this level is a little better, because at this level black belts aren't the most useful thing in the world.
So with no vendor item here in on-rack, I wonder if Pizza memory dumped the Caravan. Quad X and Zap at level 7. I like those spells at lower levels.
I like both those spells a lot, so seeing them at 7 would hurt a little bit. Especially if I didn't have real good magic early on. Because those get you through a lot of hello.
Zombie D's will work. That'll get you a couple levels, but like I said, any of the dragon tiles scare me because they can hit really hard. Pizza going to sea.
Yeah, his levels are still real low. So I normally for me, like, it's always Kraken side first. But with levels this low, that could be a little disastrous. So this is a good way for him to check for the incentive and take fights unless he's score 1. To get levels that'll get him through Kraken side while he's here, so he doesn't have to do C twice.
Groggy in the 6-pack room where the Frostwolf tile is finds mages, an ice tile. It's fine. Pizza gambling on the mermaids. Both of our runners opening boxes, not finding a whole lot. Just a little bit of money.
Those mages just survived at least a nuke, so they rolled pretty up there. I didn't quite catch how far up there, but up there.
Ice Sword +3 here, and a ribbon for Groggy. So Pizza gets an ice +3. Groggy wins the chest battle there with the ribbon.
Pizza
Still
with
no incentive item though.
Pizza with the black belt, finding all the swords Groggy needs.
Right? Wizard Stick's pretty good. Ice +3. That's something we could. That ice +3 is really good. That's like.
Yes, it is.
Almost 40 absorb for the black belt. Basically like an opal bracelet and the ice resistance. So.
1 box left of mermaids, and it's not here.
We're going to TFC floor. We only opened like 1 box there.
Magic Zev's 3 on that side to check, and if it's not one of those...
Yeah, because we don't have the key, and it could be in the TFC room.
Oh, let's not...
Danny...
runners, I hope not.
Danny, you rolled this.
I have rolled!
Bring your pod into it, and there's TNT for Groggy, so both of our runners found fetch quests on their separate adventures. Groggy skips the bottom free box. Gets a gold -1. That's okay. Ice -1 shield's good. Gold bracelet's always a welcome sight.
Wait, I think we dropped the ice mine? Oh, no, there it is. He dropped the other one. Okay.
Alright. Pete's gonna have to walk past TFC, and Groggy, checking the spike tile, finds giants and iguanas, so saving 1 exit to get out of here just in case, so I like the play. Pizza gets the bad news that it's not here on Mermaid's side unless it's in that TFC box.
I'm gonna let you keep saying that because I'm afraid to say it. I've done that before while rolling a seed. I don't want anybody mad at me in like an hour.
What was in your heart when you rolled the seed?
I was listening to some really good music, one of my favorite bands.
Danny, I know the music you listen to. It's loud and it's angry.
No, it's not. It wasn't today. It was very upbeat and happy.
Okay.
I promise.
All right, Pizza headed to Kraken side. We don't really have a kill plan for Kraken here, so this is cross our fingers, hope for we land on a grind, and find something we can get out of here with. As Groggy makes his way, we're gonna see if Groggy's gonna say hello to the Ray Dwarf. It's one of my favorite NPCs in the game. Almost as, I mean, Hooray Dwarf I like more than Jim the Dwarf, but Jim the Dwarf he's winning my heart just because his name's Jim. Jim the Dwarf exists in Melmond. He's there investigating the plague on the earth. And he's from the Dwarf Village. He'll let you know that.
That light X plus 5 Groggy just picked up's real good for that fighter. Because I think right now all he's got is a dragon minus a number. Okay, so we have a rod.
I think it's dragon -3. So ice required. Not the best news for Pizza, but it's not the floater. Floater is either here in C, behind a chime that's here in C, or behind that crystal. But the plot is thickening for that flotation device. And Pizza's like, is it TFC? Why does it have to be TFC? I guess we could also find the ruby too. It could be behind the ruby and Sardis Cave. First look here at level 5 white magic. Pizza gets an herb, so he's got 2 fetch quests to turn in. And there's Temper, so level 5 Temper is about as high as I would like to see it go if I'm running a seed. Like, we'll get a handful of charges. It stinks that it's on the second page of spells, like slows you down a little bit, but still pretty good. Pizza, I'm really happy to see this at Pizza remembered the caravan.
Yeah.
And there's the chime.
Definitely glad he remembered it now. Oh no.
So we find ourselves standing upon a crossroads. To the west, we have the chime. To the north, we have the herb, and to the south, we have the crystal turn-in. What do? And I guess we also have ice way to the south, but it looks like we're going to Ice Cave. And Groggy's checking earth tiles. I like it.
Well, hello.
Well, oh, SpaghettiOs. So, Groggy found the thing that Pizza needs.
Well, it's only fair, because Pizza's been finding all the things Groggy needs.
Ice got enough HP to survive some Ice 2s and a swing. Or a punch, I guess, from... Okay, yeah, we're not doing much melee damage, so it's not surprising that I survived. That I survived, not that I survived. That's weird to say. Pizza coming back for a slab. Like, oh hey, I forgot I needed this. And I guess from here we're gonna go into the inner sea, which...
Oh?
Turn order gets Pizza. And we get the slab.
Black Belt's taking a temporary nap. It's fine, we'll bring him back.
I kind of like what Groggy's doing here. He finds the water tile behind the eye tile. We've got all those ice spells.
Yeah.
Like, if you're new out there watching, most water enemies, or sea-type enemies, weak to lightning. The water elemental, not weak to lightning, weak to the ice elemental. So those ice 3s could roll up to 420 damage against them, which makes it better than Nuke, in a sense. So Groggy gets good spike tile information here. And Pizza gets the floater, so that's sea floater. Yeah, because that was Sharknado floor.
Yep, gotta pop in the... Okay. We popped into the party member store, but we didn't reinflate the black belt. Now I'm very curious.
We'll pick them up later.
Here's...
It's easier to... a party's lighter with 2 people.
I mean, If it'll
Black
make
belts,
like so
black belts are
maybe
wasted on cross country.
possibly. I don't
I
know.
mean, that black belt's got to wake back up.
Yeah, like because I mean we're in the air now. I highly doubt it weighs that down.
Pizza's gonna fly up to Matoya before waking up the black belt. Still need to find Loot, Key, and Rod for Pizza. Loot and Key still out there. And there's our bottle. So being able to turn a bottle and slab at the same time, chef's kiss for Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Groggy Dog through the vampire, jumped up to level 13. Is Groggy going to check the Earth 4 boxes? Earth 4 boxes always come up big for me. I like to refer to these rooms as being like the top floor, the top box, the top room there. That's looking under the bed, looking under the vampire's bed. And checking these bottom left ones, that's looking behind the vampire's bed. That's how I visualize it.
Well, we haven't looked under the bed. We're not looking behind it either. Apparently, there is nothing that Groggy wants.
I swear there's always an in-game weapon down there, whether it's a katana, a vorpal, a masa, a defense, even a sun sword. Like I always find at least one in, whether I can use that weapon or not, irrelevant.
You may be right about that, but in this seed, half those are in the armory.
Question from chat, the Hangry Canuck asking if they drafted. They did not. That's why we see Groggy Dog running Fighter Thief, red, black, and Pizza running black belt, red, double black. Although I don't think that second black mage is waking back up anytime soon.
No, that second black mage he's been down a little while.
Alright, Pizza making the heads up play, gonna check the spike tiles here on Earth.
Apparently
like
the normal parking lot is full and he's parked in the back lot.
Parked in the and comment from so that's why we have the whenever we're using custom sprites in the spring tournament, we're asking our runners to name their light warriors after the classes that they are. So Fifth, Fight, Red M, and Black M is the classes for Groggy's Moogles.
Yeah, with our runners, there's so many, like, we have so many creative people in the community, and a lot of people have just, like, amazing custom sprites. So we wanted to give them the opportunity to use them during spring tournament, but also make sure that the viewers know what they are, and that
those
sucks.
waters are, like, have massaging jets that rubbed out that black belt.
Were they hot tub waters?
That's what I'm thinking. And just kind of got the black belt in the wrong way.
That's unfortunate. Did we accident? Oh, okay, there we go. Well, hey, if he's want to do a black belt grind, there you go. Water took out your red mage.
This isn't bad. Just do a little two-person grind until that black belt hits 21 and can start punching these eyes out. I mean, it's gonna be a while, but
I like how, like, he hit the eye. The eye's like, no, and hit him back, and that black belt's like, you don't pick on my friend.
Crafting a narrative. Alright, so what we got competing eye grinds. What else can we tell our folks watching here on SpeedGaming and watching at home on YouTube about the spring tournament? So we are working with about 3 to 4 weeks of pods. We had 88 entrants this year, which led us to 22 pods. Those pods, like I said before, are going to be a round robin, race everyone once. If you win 3 matches, if you win 2 matches, you're going to automatically bid into a bracket of 64. If you fail to win 2 matches, we're going to wait and see how many people that is before we decide if we're going to open the play-in race to the people that don't get any wins. But as of right now, definitely the 1-win runners will be invited into a play-in race. And whether or not that's 1 race or 2 also sort of depends on how many people there are and how many slots are still available. So lots of stuff still yet to be determined, just because it's our first time running a pod style bracket like this, and we want to make sure that everybody competing has the most opportunity. We don't want to sort of rule out a scenario based on a decision that we made. So, but here comes Groggy. Groggy gonna build a house in a stream and forget which way the caravan is. I love it.
Did Groggy just make a houseboat on his canoe?
Yeah. But finds the chime from Underhill, the Oasis vendor, and can breathe a sigh of relief that we can start buying a bunch of other stuff now. We don't have to hoard money anymore because that chime is very cheap.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I've ever seen this fight on a desert tile here. I know it's in part of this encounter zone, but strange to see Wizogres and Cerberus in the desert. But there's 21 for Pizza's Good Luck Black Belt.
Groggy finds the existential crisis trolls in the middle of the desert, too.
I mean, we're coming out of when we started Spring Tournament 2020, we were going into the global pandemic, and now we're maybe starting to come out of it. It's no wonder that those trolls they've been stressed for like a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Stressful times for everybody.
It's been a long year for everybody. I don't blame them.
That black belt is buffering up to 23%. Which I guess is really like 33% because, you know, we're like a third of the way there.
Thank you, Pizza, for healing. You made me a little nervous there for a hot second.
Maybe it's 50% because like 42 being like the 100% we're fully loaded. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Operational at, you know, black belt's playable at 75% at 32. I got chat calling for him to go to 42. I don't hate that move. Pizza hasn't found the ribbon that Groggy did, so we'll likely find it once we go to the ice cave. It wasn't a box in front of the incentive item that normally wouldn't get skipped. So.
I apologize for the barking in the background. Apparently, my dog thought he was just going to agree with everything he said.
Yep. He's backing you up now, too.
He's excited for the spring tournament. He can't help it.
Alright, Groggy Dog finds the Wizard fan pack out here, trying to slow Groggy down, get his autograph, get information about his next tour date. Now, you really gotta hope that Groggy goes into the Sea Shrine and does not skip and say, Matoya's got it. I'm gonna go to Matoya. Pizza's grind continues. Almost there to 32. To where we're basically good enough to handle this.
I think failing 30
fast. Yeah, level 2 fast and level 5 temper. I mean, and he's got 3 fast casters, 3 temper casters. We might be able to sneak out of this with the level 32 black belt.
Yeah,
especially knowing that we got the ribbon coming.
Yeah, with scaling what it is in these flags, like 32 definitely is doable, feels doable. And he's got 4 dungeons at least to get through. Like, he's going to be taking fights along the way. So whatever he stops at here is not the level he's going to be with.
No. Groggy said, I don't want to go to Sea Shrine. Matoya's got the goods, and she's just going to have a bottle for him.
Feels bad, but I don't blame him because
it's a cheeky gamble. I mean, you're 42 minutes in, you don't have a floater, you feel behind at that point, and it's just like now you have Chime and Cube, and you hope he doesn't pivot into going to Sky here. There's still the opportunity that this could be a floaterless seed. Essentially, if we go to Sky and find the key and find the loot in Canaria, but that floater's not required, and that's where Groggy's going. So Groggy gonna do the World Tour by foot and doing the old-fashioned way, taking the tour bus around while... and we missed our exit. Gotta go back. Circle back. And Pizza, meanwhile, got the fancy tour jet.
It's fine, Groggy's just gaining world experience. Some people are afraid of flying. I am. Just take a boat around. It's fine.
Yeah, my brother-in-law also not a big fan of getting into airplanes. So yeah, I'll back you up there. Right, Groggy continuing his... Pizza continuing his punching tour of these eyes. Up to level 37 now. Alright.
Pizza done found himself at like a comedy club in the wrong side of town and got in a fight in an alley and just...
Now I don't want to put this evil out there in the universe, but what Groggy could find here is a ruby.
Oh, Caleb, why you say things like that?
To like a white shirt, and then it's just like a running uppercut punch into your gut. Especially if it's on like Sky 3. Pro Ring's a good find though. So we did find them in the shops, but you know, always good to find one of those for free. Hey,
and it was pretty inexpensive.
I think Sun Sword and Vanilla is on the less than greater than floor, but kind of neat to find it here in Mirage. Thematic. And it's a Vanilla Sun Sword, so that's an in-game weapon with all the fast and tempers we got. Pizza's satisfied with his grind. It doesn't even save it. The absolute madman. Alright.
Well, if you cursed Groggy, we're gonna find out what that ruby will lead to. Oh. I really hope you are wrong, because that would just be so mean.
Oh no. Now the adamant could turn into the ruby here too.
Oh jeez, Caleb.
But I mean, then like, oh, we passed it. Passed our exit, Pizza.
Also, pizza safe.
Didn't want to risk walking on the overworld any more than we had to, so we're going to take our 350 grand and go buy us some new party members. Left side less than greater than, nothing doing. Right side,
so far nothing.
Absolutely junk. Money's fine, but like at this stage of the game, we don't really need it.
Yeah, you don't want money, you want progression. Like, you're 45 minutes in, you are looking at a clock, and you're like, give me the things I need to finish this.
Yeah.
Seed, please.
Pizza blowing past the adamant turn-in. Pizza, where are you going? We're gonna tie up some loose ends here and head to... There's our incentive white shirt in the vanilla Banesword box. So Groggy's got the info, and that's not the worst thing to find. I mean,
I mean, the good thing is he knows now that unless he wants to, he doesn't have to open another box in Sky, which actually is pretty good because full clearing Sky is not quick.
Yeah. And we were locked out of Invis 2 at level 3, so it's good. You know, it's fine. Nightmares with Trance, a little bit of a on the nose there. Nightmare's not a fan of subtlety. Groggy, a little greedy. Greedy dog. Get some shields and stuff. Alright, so if you want to see that robot friend coming up for Groggy Dog, get those Destructoids in chat for him. We're gonna see if we can get a robot friend for Groggy to get some extra levels here. Canuck putting all the evil in the universe out there. I want to see Kraken with the death touch. Alright, here we go. Metal Slimes. Oh, that's a fight you want to take, in my mind.
Yeah, and he's got level 3, or level 3 Fire 3.
So to be able to do it without... Oh, we don't have it anymore.
Well, not on that mage, we don't.
Yeah.
Kirby's like, I'm in a hurry.
Gotta go fast. Because like he knows he's behind now. Like
yeah.
he just found a dud white shirt and knows that he has to go back to Sea Shrine. So he's got that. He's just gonna kind of be a little sad when it's the herb that he finds. But he could save some time here if he's able to get through Sea and Shrine in one go. Because this will be his second orb if we can get Tiamat down, while this will just be Pizza's first. He'll go through these fiend dungeons much faster with that black belt punch machine, but...
Yeah, after a fast and a temper, though, he only did 73 damage on Tia, so...
It's about patience. It's patience.
Sure.
Patience and nukes. We'll get there. 5 hits, 148 is fine. Half a nuke is fine.
It's fine. So, just lots of half a nukes. They're adding up. We're gonna get there.
We're getting there. And Tiamat puts the Black Mage to sleep. And there's a big hit. Crits finally rolling in for 132 damage. And Groggy takes Tiamat down and lights his second orb as Pizza doing the bottle and slab checks now. Alright, Groggy probably gonna beeline right back to Onrak and get that herb. Because at least now we know that it's not a floaterless seed. That floater is required.
Yeah.
Oh, Power Gauntlet +1 from the bottle. That makes Waterfall not required. But we both did Waterfall, so... Waterfall's a hard one to skip, too. And,
Lab to key Canaria Lock Salute.
And yeah, I think that's got to be it. Because Saracen in chat pointing out Pizza still has to go to the ice cave. So the One Punch Man is going to blow through dungeons much faster than Groggy's 3-man, but Groggy with the ribbon in hand from the ice cave. I mean, Pizza's going to get that too if he opens that box, but yeah, because the incentive was in the top floor of ice, so unless he sort of he's gonna do the same time dump that Groggy did with the Sky Palace here. Now that vanilla Banesword box is one that a lot of runners tend to skip because it's sort of out of the way. And they'll come back to it, but Groggy, I like this. This is the same sort of routing I do in Sea Shrine. Come in, check right, check left, go down Kraken, gamble against the mermaids. And it will do Groggy well here because mermaids got nothing. So this is going to be very close. I'm really curious to see how this if Groggy can beat Pizza into Topher, Groggy's got a chance to stay ahead of that black belt fist blender. And if he can get something going here with that fighter, I mean, I don't think we're going to see any more out of the way chest checks for Groggy, but maybe open some boxes on the Agama floor and find something that Pizza didn't. So where was the Vorpal 3?
It was Armory.
Yeah, yep. So Groggy might check Armory. Vorpal -3 is enough to get it done.
If he's not comfortable with either just levels or whatever gear he has going into Volcano, Armory is a good place to check. It's not too far out of the way. It's a lot of boxes in one close area. So I could see him checking that if he, like I said, if he doesn't feel comfortable with where he's at.
Yeah, Armory is the strong play, and there's Pizza skipping the Vanilla Bane box. So we're going to check these right and left side. Ages +3. That would have been great for Groggy.
Mm-hmm.
That stone poison resistance.
Telling the story of the seed. Pizza finding everything Groggy would want, and vice versa.
And that's the story of Black Belt versus Fighter, right? Because Black Belt doesn't really need the stuff in the boxes. The Fighter does. So, and it just so happens that Pizza's opening up different boxes right now than Groggy. And there's Pizza's sky item. So, not too much different of a time difference here, but Groggy definitely making quicker work of Sea Shrine.
Yeah, Groggy's gonna pick up some time lost to Pizza because he did crack inside first, where Pizza cleared the entire right side of C. So that's good for Groggy. That gives him a little bit of time made up that he may have lost otherwise.
Yeah, and also for Groggy routing the Sharknado floor, going into that water room before this room, well, Groggy's going to give the time right back by checking these boxes. So that tells me that Groggy's not comfortable with his gear. But Pizza just chugging. That black belt doesn't know how to go slow. 800 HP. Could probably punch himself out if he wanted to. And Groggy taking this as a scenic route here on Kraken floor.
We're taking all the scenic routes, parking spot, like weird parking spots.
That's definitely some nerves for Groggy for sure. And Pizza sees the war mech and says, "Oh, this isn't where I parked the airship. Let's just back it up."
Hi, robot friend. Bye, robot friend.
So, Pizza losing the hearts and minds of chat by running for Mormec. He's the official mascot for the spring tournament. We did a poll for the signups asking everybody what their favorite enemy was, and the majority of runners selected Mormec. Time for Kraken. Are we gonna go? We're going for fighting strats here. Fighter swings 3 is 3 damage. We might go to Brack strats now. Fast comes out for the fighter, and we're going for the Brack and Prey.
Oh, and we got it first try.
So, good RNG from Groggy, and Pizza gets through Tiamat the old-fashioned way with a big old black belt punch. So,
yeah, I can't help but feel that was real good for Groggy, because Kraken hit that, I think it was that red mage, for a whole lot.
There wasn't much left of that red mage to work without the clinic here in Honorac, but
if Brack wasn't my plan going into that fight, that Kraken hit would have scared me right into it.
Absolutely. The clinic in Honorac, known to work with just the barest pieces of light warriors to put them back together again. Alright, Pizza gonna check these doors and hope for a rod, but it's gonna get a loot. Or Theremin at the multi-instrumentalist Sarah Fun % flag.
I kind of love that flag.
And not opening the other 4 boxes, so Pizza... I wonder if Pizza feels behind, because that's 15-20 seconds to open those boxes. Possibly get a
yeah, it's that, or he's just like perfectly fine with what he has, and it's like, no, we going. I ain't worried about nothing else. I can punch everything. We're off.
Yeah. So gonna turn in the adamant here. Gonna get the dud ruby. Get the adamant Pizza. Thank you. So there's our piece of granite, another Fun % flag where you can change the Titan's favorite food. Sometimes it's a ruby, sometimes it's a granite. Sometimes it's a hot dog.
Sometimes the Titan is kindergartner and it's glue.
Yeah, sometimes it's paste. Because, you know, I guess where you grew up in the country. So 57-minute floater for Groggy just feels real bad for him. Pizza, 57-minute ice dive. Also bad feels. Feels
not great. However, Groggy with the orb lead. And he has just the kind of quick checks to get the items he needs. He doesn't have to dive anywhere the way Pizza's diving ice right now to get his rod.
Yeah, he's also going to get the bummer granite. Sounds like a pomegranate. But it's a ruby, which kind of looks like a pomegranate. So it's thematic. We're going to go with it. It's headcanon now. Groggy has to go to the Lefinians. He's probably going to do both, and Pizza's going to do the thorough ice check. I mean, I think he got to.
Yeah.
So he'll be rewarded with a ribbon. As Groggy will get rewarded with his power gauntlet here from the Bottle Fairy, which is really good for Groggy because we have a lot of sword insecurity. So silver plus 4 armor is also pretty good for that red mage, and it's an upgrade for the fighter too. So.
I'd be curious. I know Groggy has his tail. He's in the air. He's in the area to do class change. Because what he's got and what the weapons, like if he's happy with what he's got now, he doesn't need to.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean let's see, the night magic, he got heal 3, wall, heal 2. Like it's good, but it's fine. You know, it's not a life, it's not fade, it's not a cure 4. But cure 4 is available for the red wizard if we promote, as is life 2. So and we still haven't seen life, which means it's probably level 8 Gaia or here in Lefane.
Either way, I don't see anybody checking for it.
Right. And there's Pizza's TNT. And Groggy's gonna hit his key item go mode in like less than like 2 minutes. And Pizza 1 hour 20 seconds in, going into the volcano.
If Groggy doesn't class change, we're gonna like hit Earth. No, Groggy did Earth, he has to do Volcano, so they're gonna hit their last dungeons probably around the same time-ish.
Yeah, Groggy looks like we're hitting the afterburners here. We're even exiting out of Lefane. And Pizza just rolling downhill in this volcano.
Okay, so yeah, we are class changing, which is actually good for Groggy because if he does decide to check anything in Volcano like Armory, he finds that Vorpal, he'll actually be able to use it. It'd feel real bad to decide to like skip class change and then check those and then find it and be like, oh man.
Yeah. And there's promotion for Groggy. And a black belt punch, 15 hits, 1800 damage, is black belt. Oof. So about an hour and a minute and 20 seconds through Volcano for Pizza. We'll see how quickly Groggy can get through it when Groggy comes in. See if there's any sort of a substantial time difference. As Pizza bringing those explosives to trade for a rod.
Groggy doing a little armor shuffling. Gonna head to Canaria, get his loot, hit go mode.
Yep. So near simultaneous go modes for both of our runners. One gated by the rod, one gated by the loot.
And honestly, really interesting to see them both do that, like Keiko mode, at the same time, given how drastically different their routes were.
And Groggy gonna open the boxes here. See if he gets rewarded with a Masa or another ribbon. Well, so 2 ribbons for Groggy. Should this Topher prove to be a nuisance, we have 2 ribbons to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Pizza just has the 1. Which in theory we could just put onto that black belt and just have him go ham. With that, like that gold bracelet we found, pro ring.
Yeah.
And time to buy Life 2, and I would imagine Cure 4.
Yep. It's unfortunate that they share the same slot, but if you're definitely picking up both of them.
Yeah. Now, Groggy gonna come into the volcano at 1 hour 33 seconds. We'll see if he can get to carry. Well, he might also check the armory, so 1 hour, we'll call it 1 hour 39, 3 minutes 39 seconds. Okay, he's gonna check.
Oh.
So his volcano dive's gonna be slower than Pizza's, but
Yeah, definitely a little slower.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be real happy that he stopped in this armory.
Mm-hmm. And we're checking spike tiles. So checking the cheeky fire tile right there. And we're gonna see what's behind this box too, because a Phantom with Thunder. Rip. Yikes. And it's house. Okay, so no Masa there. We did see Pizza skip that box earlier. And a black shirt plus 4 is super good absorb armor for the black mage there. And the gold -1 is a little bit better than a chain +3. Not by much, but a little bit better.
Oh, Groggy exiting out. Oh, it's a exit out. I don't think he's going back to armory. Did he get the Vorpal? I don't know if he opened the box that had it in it.
I don't remember him grabbing it.
Yeah, chat confirming he didn't. He got the katana on that thief, but he didn't open the box that had the Vorpal in it.
That feels bad. But I mean, that thief doesn't really have a lot of levels to make that katana work. Like we'd have to go back to Earth Cave to do that grind. But putting the thief back in front, as Pizza making his final approach to the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Blistering time here, 1 hour 5 minutes and change. Hey, great, next +2. So that must have just been a third ribbon.
Groggy with all the ribbons and an open bracelet.
Yeah, wow.
Everybody on Groggy's party's got pretty hair today.
If we gotta get to this dang fandom again, as Pizza comes into the Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour 6 minutes 15 seconds. In this black belt, unless we hit massive resistance from like Kraken 2, these percents are not high enough for black belt to really hit any adversity other than just like a straight up Kraken punch. Does he have armor on it?
Ooh.
I don't think he does. Well, he might have that. He might have that ice +3 armor on it.
He did earlier. I don't know if he still has it on it.
So Groggy checking spike tiles. I am confusion. We know those eyes exist.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Groggy sort of memory dumped it for the time being. I know a lot happens when you're racing these 1v1s. Alright, here comes Carrie and Pizza descending down to the earth for. So if Pizza wipes here and Groggy just beelines it for Topher, could be interesting. Katana, even that low-level thief swinging that katana with a fast is crushing it. So Groggy might feel enough confidence to just jump into Topher now. But we'll see. Or go back to Earth Cave? Nope.
No, we're taking the scenic route. No. Okay, we're checking tiles.
Spike tiles, yeah. So either checking tiles or hoping for a free masa or something here in Northwest Armory. Tiles. So yeah, I'm almost convinced that Groggy memory holds the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point of that adventure, was to look at those two. Or at least we're coming in. So if Pizza hits Kraken 2 adversity with like a Zap or Bane or Red Dees with Crack, also scary. Yeah, Groggy just needs to go. You gotta go in Groggy. The time is now. Alright, so here comes Groggy. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 58 seconds. The Kraken 2. This is the biggest speed bump or barrier to Pizza's run right here. The first real gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Nice ambush there from the waters.
Groggy doing the Topher grind.
Okay, yeah, that's... It's good if you don't... I mean, the fights here on Topher 3 are really good XP. These Badman packs, if they have low HP, give a ton of XP. The Gasties here, the Fighter Mage packs that exist on this floor, there's a lot of XP to be had on this floor, but this is...
I'm watching this fight, I'm watching him do this grind on this floor and taking the fight to his, and I don't know where Fizzle is, but I know he's proud.
Yeah, Pizza on and through Kraken 2 with nothing except a lost. Oh no, we lost that Black Mage to the Crack. So Perilous Dive continues for Pizza. 9 hits, 991. So here comes the fastest Black Belt's just gonna thank Tiamat for his time or her time and move on. So I think Groggy just wants a little bit of levels on that Thief. But here comes a Chaos Pull. 1 hour 10 minutes, so this is faster than 7. That's like 6 minutes and change. Let's see what Chaos does. We're going to open up with our final fast charge. So Chaos with slow 2 could be a problem. Punches real hard. But so does that Black Belt for 1400 damage. Ooh. Fort. But there it is. 2 Black Belt punches will do it for Pizza as he finishes with an official Racetown time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, 7 seconds, and Groggy respectfully declines to finish Topher. So Pizza let us know ahead of the race that he does not have audio, so get those GGs in chat for Pizza. In the race room, we mentioned he's going to be hanging out in chat, so Pizza, there you are. I see you hanging out. So if you got
GG
questions for Pizza, fire them off in chat, and we'll make sure you get some answer. But yeah, that Topher, scary.
Chaos saw that Black Belt coming and was ready to fight back.
Yeah, right. Alright, so we're going to see if Groggy wants to come in and talk to us about it. Meanwhile, we want to let everybody know that there is another tonight at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Dangwoo and Sonnyrath racing in the Cake Pod. You can find that match on Randomania 1. Gouda and Gregory Puff, Team Cheese Puff, going to be doing commentary. Alright, I'm going to get Groggy Dog an invite to the... Alright, so we're going to get Groggy Dog in here. We're going to ask him about... And we're joined with it by Groggy Dog. GG's, Groggy.
Hi, Groggy.
And Groggy's gone.
I didn't mean to scare him off. Oh, wait,
we're
he's
back.
back.
And Groggy's back.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
GG's, Groggy.
Okay, great.
It's
Thank
fine.
you.
The
Thank
booth
you.
just has a revolving door.
Yeah.
So
Well,
how are you feeling, man? We'll start there.
I feel frustrated. I was watching the last couple minutes, and I know that y'all were questioning why I was finding the grind tiles. I think I was hoping for. After seeing that eye the first time, I knew that if Pizza brought a black belt, I was pretty well done. And I was just hoping that I could find something faster because I felt really behind at that point. To grind on because I needed a few quick levels in that thief after finding the katana +4. I apparently missed a Vorpal +2, which is a real bummer.
It wasn't plus. I want to say
Was it?
I think it was -2 or 3.
it was something, but it was a
Even
sword
that
worked.
with temper and fast
Yeah.
and the power bunk, I think would have been better than Sun. But I've had so many of those Tophers go wrong that I knew that I needed levels regardless. And I think it showed you the fact that like one different skill and Pizza would have wiped. That was really close, even with that strong BB. So I feel it's tough not to feel really frustrated by how long that seed took. Long is relative for the spring tournament, I guess, but
Like, I don't know if it's like if you're one of those people who like to watch your races back and see how
I will, yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, like, given it was honestly really close, like your routes and stuff, the route like that you guys took was really different, but at no point was there a clear person who was ahead.
Yeah, I think that was a really atypical routing seed for me. Getting the rod and then checking the spike tiles in Earth and then just doing Earth was not something I would, I have normally done in these seeds. And even, I think I got I had a whole brain fart in the middle of the map where I got the chime at Caravan, declined to go deal with C, and then after I checked in the Toya, and got into Sky, and I was like halfway through Sky, I was like, oh my god, I never checked the on-rack shop. I'm screwed. The floater was there for sure. And like, I don't hate the decision to bail on C. Obviously I got super lucky with the Brack later on, but
I sort of washed out for you.
Yeah, I think this was just kind of a tough fighter seed in comparison to Black Belt. This just felt a little bit cleaner for a Black Belt, especially with 2 Black Mages. Firing off nukes.
Yeah, one of the black mages was down for most of the run.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that's the thing with A-sides, right? So like you're either gonna find the eye, the agam, metal slimes. Like those are your targeted spike tiles, and they're slower than B-side tiles, but they are remarkably safer for a black belt grind. So it's gonna make it safer but slower for anyone that brings a black belt into these flags. But that being said, like there's still something like I thought that you were gonna take more of like a walking grind when you learned that they were A-side tiles. Because
I did. I got to 21 with a walking grind.
Yeah, and that's really good. But like without that, like I felt like there was some sword insecurity. Before we went to the armory, when just swinging the vanilla sun sword.
For sure. Even Sun +4, I've had minimal, success in Topher.
Yeah,
I think Sun is about worthless.
The Sun's fine.
I've had more flags where the Sun has failed to do what it needed to do, in practice for this.
It needs love. It needs fast and tempers or power gauntlets, but it'll but that, you can literally replace any weapon with that at a certain point. But it's still, it's heartbreaking to. I don't think I've ever won a week 1 or a first match in spring tournament. So it's always rough to start 0-1. But you're moving forward. You got 2 more pod races coming up for the Rank Low pod. How do you feel about your future matchups?
We'll see. I just found out that one of my pod mates, Hati, is using my Moogle sprites as well. So we'll do a Moogle on Moogle match. Should be fun.
He may have mentioned that in chat that he might have borrowed your Moogles.
Yeah. So and then I got Dwight coming up after that, and Dwight is a very strong racer. So absolutely nothing set in stone at this point. I knew this was going to be my hardest one probably, with Dwight a close second, but
yeah, Pizza and these ducks coming out of the Duck Derby,
they're good.
they're too good. As a former Duckling Supreme yourself, a testament to how strong those ducks can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't complain about losing races when we teach them how to beat us.
Exactly.
Right? Find another community that trains their new people to beat their best runners. I challenge you. Groggy Dog, I'll be rooting for you in your future matchups.
Thanks, bud.
I know they're going to be great matchups, and I understand and appreciate the bowing out of this seat as we run the Center for Competitive Forfeiting.
Mm-hmm.
I can dig it.
Listen, got all about. I can't give away my secret strats.
Right. You got to keep those Topher strats to yourself. They got to earn it.
Those secret fighter fast temper strats.
Uh-huh.
The ones we talked about.
Oh, don't say it out loud. People are gonna learn.
Sorry, my bad.
Next thing I know, you're gonna be telling them about like lock or ruse. But GG's to Pizza, GG's to you, Groggy. It was a race well run. Just one of those things. Just kind of, things happen, and it's a bummer. But you'll persevere. And Pizza carrying on 1-0, moving into his matchups against Dwight and Hate 13 in the rank low pod. So look forward to those matches coming out. Once again, tonight on Randomania 1, you can find Dangwoo, our resident cake boss, taking on Sonny Wrath, who went 6-0 last year in Swiss. So we'll see if Sonny Wrath continues his early spring tournament prowess, so to speak. So be sure to tune into that 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Groggy Dog, final thoughts, buddy?
Just looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Heck yeah. Danny.
Yes. Oh, isn't you so nicely? I suppose I can.
Please.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say GG again to Pizza and Groggy for running both, just being our first broadcast of the spring tournament, putting on a great race, giving me and Caleb having a lot of fun in the booth by calling your race. Shadow Flames doing the tracking today he's great at what he does and makes us sound good and helps us know what we're talking about. Big thanks to SpeedGaming for having us. Thanks to everybody who watched. If you like what you saw today, we got a whole lot of it coming up over the next 2 months or so. We're doing spring tournament all the way into the summer, folks. So we've got the next 3.5 weeks of pods, and then we go into brackets, and there's all the FFR races you could ever want. So if you want to watch them, you should join our Discord and get our shiny spectator tag that I'm going to ping every time there's a race, so you never miss them.
And to be fair, I'm pretty sure the spring tournament ends June 13th is the last day for it.
Yeah,
so we should be done. Summer. We should be done for the first day of summer.
Exactly.
This year.
Like I said, we were going till summer, not through summer.
Fair.
Summer's when we do co-op. I'm not at all excited for co-op. Can't wait. But
it's something we didn't really talk about, but I really hope these pods leads to new co-op teams, maybe new league teams for the fall league. But yeah. Anyway, take us home, Danny. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut it down.
So you say. But no, thanks for everybody for watching. Like Caleb said, we have another match tonight. 11:30 is when it starts, 10 minutes delay, so the broadcast will go live about 11:40 over on Randomania 1. And hope to see you guys all there tonight. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.